we got to talk about Facebook. They posted its worst ever day of trading. The social media giant fell 20% after a disappointing earnings report today. The company lost nearly $115 billion in market cap, the biggest one-day loss in history. Can you imagine being the one company that lost the most out of anybody? That is harsh. And I know Facebook's been kind of tongue-in-cheek here over the last couple of weeks, but yeah, it's big news.
Yeah. Well, you might be asking yourself why. Why the drop from fake news to fake profiles. Facebook also has an age issue. There's a lot going on there. But we got the scoop from NBC correspondent Ling, who was working on a story for Nightly News tonight right here in Seattle, and she made a stop by Take 5. Well, we think of Facebook as being unbreakable, and untouchable. But when users are dealing with this, they don't want to mess with Facebook anymore. We're seeing people, getting these fake profiles or getting fake news, and a lot of people are jumping ship. Is that part of what the stock plunge was about today?
That's exactly it. What we're starting to see is the amount of time that people spend on Facebook is declining. Also, the rate of new users logging in or joining Facebook or even just using it, say, on a monthly or a daily basis, that rate of growth is slowing down. Those numbers have been the cash cow for investors for so long. So as investors realize what is happening, the outlook for the future of the company declines, and that puts Facebook in a really difficult position. But I should be fair and say that Facebook has been anticipating this for a while. They think it is going to hit its bottom line. They've said it before.
How low is it going to go? I mean, because no kid wants to go on Facebook anymore. The young people do not want to be on Facebook.
They're snapping, they're Instagramming, they're using all kinds of different platforms. So I agree, Facebook definitely has an age issue here, and they're definitely facing an uphill battle when it comes to trust. The real question is, if once you lose a consumer's trust, can you win it back? How much money do you have to spend to win it back?
Let me ask you something, though. Do you need Facebook for your job?
You know what? I think a lot of us do. I still use it, but I will say on a personal note, I have scaled back any personal posts. I've definitely checked my privacy settings multiple times every month, especially in the aftermath of the Cambridge Analytica data scandal. And if you go to my Facebook page, it's mostly work videos now, like stuff like this.
Yeah.
How about you?
Will you put this on your Facebook page?
I hope so. Can I? I would love to.
But we would love it too.
Do you decrease your use of Facebook?
I sort of. Basically anything that is public, I'll put on there. So if I'm willing to share it with everybody, I'll put it on there. I have a personal profile, of course, but if it's something that I wouldn't tell 1,000 people, then I'm not going to put it on there.
I think that's a pretty good baseline for privacy in general at this point.
I hope you don't set yourself up for getting catfished right now.
Me? Yeah. Oh, I hope not.
I don't want a fake profile of Ling friended you on Facebook.
You know what? I don't think I'm that cool. I don't think anyone's going to do that. But hey, if they do, I'll report them.
You know how to now.
Yeah, I've learned.
Well, you can watch Jo's story tonight on NBC Nightly News. She's really delving into how normal people, the everyday folks, are being impacted by fake accounts, even some police departments. And we'll be airing more of our conversation on King 5 News throughout the evening as well.
But is this a Facebook issue or is this a social media issue? Twitter accounts get hacked.
Sure.
I guess I'm just wondering how much of this is just the cyclical effect of products, just like what was MySpace how many years ago?
Yeah, that was the hot thing.
It's the hot thing and it's out. So I don't know. So I guess I'm asking you so many questions here. But do you think this is one company's issue, or is this just a broader thing, and Facebook being the big star?
I think Facebook is the big star, right? And it's been a star for so long, and we use Facebook for so many things, including this show, which we really appreciate.
The 5 by the way.
Because, they offer so many products that just other groups don't. So Twitter doesn't offer a platform where you can have this great conversation or create events or, do something like the 5 Hive. Twitter just has one mode. Facebook really does impact a lot of different groups, organizations, people in so many different ways. And I think that's why it is kind of interesting to see this giant take a dive. And
the bigger you are, right?
Yeah, the bigger you are, the harder you. Yeah.
And didn't Jo say also that it had to do with forward momentum of the company and the direction that they ultimately want to go, and investors didn't really like that?
Right. So I would like to ask our audience, how many of your kids are on Facebook?
Yeah.
How many kids? I mean, 20-something-year-olds are not even on Facebook as much. So, my grandma's on Facebook, and I think that's when it stopped being cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, among the kids.
Well, I mean, it started as a college thing
Yeah.
and then expanded outside of that.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. Is it started as something completely different than what we use it for on a daily basis now, and 2-3 years from now, it'll probably be very different. You know, this season they're running a lot of Major League Baseball games exclusively through Facebook. They're advertising it. That's the only place you can watch it. So they might be working on kind of becoming their own replacement.
Yeah, and they have Facebook Watch now where you can watch these episodes. So that platform is evolving, but you know, Joe made a good point. Once you lose trust from consumers, how do you get that back? Can they rebound? And what does the outlook look like?
All I know is I've had other accounts hacked, and it wasn't just, I've never had, well, actually, never, but other accounts have been hacked other than Facebook, and I'm just, anyway, the producer's telling us we need to go to our next story, because we have